Alrighty, g'day Hexes, Havoc here's going. Havoc here again. Got a update for my previous Crowd Roars deck that I did a video on. This time I've changed it quite a bit, using some new cards that we've got now with Primal Dawn, with set 4. So you'll notice here there's quite a lot of changes actually. If you're familiar with the previous deck, the previous one had things like Burn, Rage Fire, some Crimson Clarities, Psychotic Anarchist, Crackling Bolt, and the Wrath of Zakir. The only things I've really kept is the Sunsalt Phoenix is still in here, which is not really necessary, it's not needed for the deck, but I've just left it in because I've got some nice ways to synergize with it. But I've kept that in there. I've kept the Ashwood Solace, as that's very important to the deck. I've also kept the Kingling Scar, as just it is a really good value card with the faceplate over here, which makes it so when it enters play, you gain a free action in Ruby, a Ruby action. So all the new stuff here. So first up, I'll start with the new stuff. So again, we've got Scar and Soloist. They're the same as before. Same equipment for both of those. The resources are also the same. The first thing I've added is Blade Flourish. Now the reason I've added this card is I was looking at the trinket slot, and I wanted something better, something that had a better equipment. Sorry, not trinket, the boots. So I replaced the Anarchist, which was using boots, and so the Blade Flourish was a good addition to the deck, as it has the draw a card. For even just 2 cost, draw a card is nice, as Ruby is limited in its ability to draw cards. But then we get the fact that with the equipment, the feat here, target troop gets, you get that effect, but then also when it deals damage to an opposing champion, you draw a card this turn. Now the way we synergize with that is, basically we've got this unblockable troop here with the suit. So, you could do Soloist on turn 1, and then if you've got no 3-drop to play, which we have obviously many of, but if say you don't, you just want to draw more cards, you can Blade Flourish to then draw more cards. You'll get 2 from doing that, so very good value, 2 cost to draw 2 cards, while getting a little bit more damage in as well. But the really cool synergy that you get to do is the Stingshot Sniper here, which is another new card, very good card. Now the equipment here, the Slingstone Sleeve, makes it so when a ranger you control attacks, it deals damage equal to its damage to a random opposing champion or troop. So, for example, if I was to play out Soloist, which is a ranger, it's an elf ranger, and then I was to play out the Stingshot Sniper the next turn, and then I was to Blade Flourish the Sniper, for example. So the Sniper already has its own effect, which is pretty much the same as its glove. So you put the Blade Flourish on there. It's now 4 damage on attack. Also using Urgnok, so you can increase the damage even further. So then when it does attack, it'll do, let's say it pings the opponent, the champion. You'll then, obviously deal that damage. You'll also gain a card from that. And then if it's empowered, also you potentially have double ping to the face. But also again, because of the glove, also triggers itself. So you may get 2, even without, you can get lots of card draw from that, and then when it actually hits itself, you get more cards. But that all synergizes with all the rangers. So the Slingstone Sleeve there works very nice. So then, I wanted to obviously maximize rangers, and also having good value cards with Crowd Roars. If you're unfamiliar with that one from last time, it just makes it so you draw 3 cards and you can play them for free, which works very nicely with Empower cards, like this Stingshot Sniper. Like if you've got the turn 1 play into the Crowd Roars, and then you get a free Stingshot, then you can empower it, make it a 4/4, and yeah, that's makes it just that much better. So then the Crazed Raider is an empower card. It's also a ranger, so you can make it so it's a on the first attack 6 damage if you empower this, but puts on some early pressure as well. Then I added in Volley, which was the latest addition I added, as it has a nice trinket slot. So you make it so when you cast this, you create a random Ruby Ranger and put it into play. So you can, for example, create things like any of these rangers that we're already using, but you can also create things like Houndmasters and other goodies. So it's just nice because it also gives your troops you know, the main effect is that when your troops attack, they deal damage to a random opposing champion or troop. So that's nice, but you're also getting a free ranger at the same time. So again, we got the sting shot snipers. This is just the alternate art version, which is super good. I still need a fourth one, yeah. But then I've just got a one-off Bending Tendrils because I had this slot. It's also another Empower card. And then we also got the Pyretic Performer, which is again an Empower card. So if you're getting it for free from the Crowd Roars, you can make it a 6/2. That gives you 2 Scorches, which again, you know, you've got the Phoenix over here. So we're getting free actions from the Skarn, free actions from the Performer. Crowd Roars obviously is an action itself. Volley is an action. And then the Tendrils, which, you know, that can easily be changed to something cheaper. Like even just a burn would probably be fine, or even a scorch. Just a spare slot I had there. So yeah, got all these Empower cards, and then that can help to get the Phoenix into play basically. So that's the deck there. Now you're probably sick of me talking about it, so let's just see it in action. I've got a video prepared here from an arena run I was doing earlier. So let me get that loaded. Alright, so video. Here we go, that should be it. Alright, so this is the arena run. Let's play the video. Let's see. I guess I'll up its volume a bit. I'm not sure how audible it is. Yeah, let's put it 100%, should be fine. Alright, so yeah, this is the arena run. I can skip ahead a little bit here. Alright, so the opening hand here wasn't the greatest, so I wanted something better. This is actually probably worse, but I kept it anyway. And let's just skip ahead. Get the turn 2 Crazed Raider. Hopefully the audio is not too loud. Hopefully it's alright. I'll lower it a little bit just in case. Don't want to deafen you guys. Alright, so another Crazed Raider. Let's just skip ahead a bit. So nothing exciting, too exciting happening here. But then the Crowd Roars, I'm just hard casting it. Getting the free. Now here's where we get the free empowered Sting Shot Sniper. And we've already got the 2 Raiders on the board. So now when they attack, they deal their damage to either a troop or the champion. So I played that out for free, play this out for free, and now I can also empower the Pyretic Performer. Which, there we go. So empower that, get those 2 free Scorches, which then allows me to kill one of these. I'm also going to charge power the other Raider, and then kill the Anarchist here. Excuse me. So the Anarchist dies. That also, another benefit obviously of that is we got the Phoenix out, but also the Skarn will now transform. Again, just showing the equipment there. That's gonna, basically I should have a high probability of not winning here. Actually, no, there is a chance because of the Phoenix as well. So you'll notice that one of them pinged the troop, one of them pinged the face, and then the rest of the damage actually was enough to fatal there. So that was that example. So then there's the next fight. Let's have a look here. So it's against the Blood Sphinx. So let me just skip ahead a bit. So here's a nice hand. Got the Soloist for turn 1 with the Blade Flourish, which I mentioned how that works. And against the Blood Sphinx, you get to copy an action in your hand. I decided to go for the Volley for a bit of fun. The Blade Flourish is a decent option, but the Volley giving 2 free troops is nice because of the fact that it'll be copied. So we get the Soloist down, and then you can do Volley the next turn. Get two troops into play on turn 2, potentially some good ones as well. We'll have a look, see what we get. Oh, a Sting Shot Sniper as well, that's also nice. The good thing about it in this type of deck is you don't mind playing it out. In this case it does seem I do play it here on turn 2, and because you can charge power it, which you don't have to do it just yet. You can wait, obviously, is the smarter choice. The opponent does have resources open, so it is a little risky, but it is the AI after all. It may have nothing. So now I do the volley. So now both of those troops are going to do an extra bit of damage because it's copied. Now even the free Houndmaster we just got, that's some good value. You'll notice all the triggers now. There's like just damage pings everywhere. So now we can swing with everything, and that's going to be a significant amount of damage. And a pretty sweet machine gun effect there. So that was a very quick, very quick win there from that. Obviously the challenge helping out there. So that was that. So yeah, that's the deck in action basically. It's a lot of fun. It's very fast, and it's really hard to lose with. That's one thing I will say. It is extremely hard to lose with this deck. There's definitely, as I said, there's some things you can change. You don't need, if you want to make it cheaper, which is kind of a moot point since, Crowd Roars is a very expensive card. So if you don't have this, it is one of the key things to the deck. However, if you can still make a budget version without, these 8 cards here. These are the most expensive cards in the deck. The rest of the stuff isn't as expensive, but you will lose a lot of explosive power not having the Crowd Roars, of course. But the Stinkshot Sniper alone, with its equipment, is insane. As you saw there, the damage potential is quite nuts. You would just have to change a few other things, but there's probably better, cheaper decks. This is obviously aimed at players who have this, or you've got Platinum Despair if you want to have something that's a lot of fun and very fast. This is a good option. So that's the deck there. Hope you enjoyed the video, and yeah, that's all for that. Take care, and thanks for watching.